It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to February 3rd of the year 2025 when the Nashville Predators were facing off against the Ottawa Senators. Head coach Andrew Brunette deployed his lines of defensemen the following way: Nyquist, Stamkos, and Marchessault, Forsberg, O'Reilly, Heinestroza, some different combinations right there. Novak, Svechkov, LaRue remain together. Smith, McCarron, and Sissons together again as always. Yossi and Shen, Shea and Blankenberg, Gravel, and Willsby into the lineup. Saros gets the start in net. We are 2 minutes into the first period where we find our first action. That's UC Saros coming with a save on Perron at the 2:10 mark. Forsberg, that's Anton Forsberg, comes up with the save on Vinny Heinestroza. It's the first shot on goal of the game for the Nashville Predators. We go to the 16-13 mark now. The first and it's Forsberg coming with the save on Marchessault, 6:42. Saros a save on Kachuk, 8:11. Saros a save on Pinto. We go already halfway through the period. We find ourselves at 10:25 of the first period, and it's Forsberg coming up with a save on Adam Willsby at the 11:36 mark of the first period. Saros coming with a save on Perron, 13:07. Saros a save on Manton Paulo, 15:28 of the first period. Our first special teams scenario of the game as Yossi's off the box, minutes for holding. It appears that Batherson scores a goal right here, but it is waved off. Then it is reviewed. Then it's challenged. Then it's confirmed. And finally, all four conclusions come to the same. No goal for Ottawa. We return to 0-0 on the scoreboard. Ottawa picks up a 2-minute penalty for the failed challenge. This negates their power play, creating a 4-on-4 for a minute and 1 second. Anton Forsberg comes to save on Blankenberg plus his rebound follow-up. Then the Predators head off to a power play for 59 seconds, but are unable to generate a shot on goal. At 19:58 of the first period, for some reason, Phil Forsberg, with just seconds to go in the period, turns the puck over and then takes a very bad penalty, 2 minutes for slashing. That'll bring us to the end of the first period. Shots on goal are 8 each. And we have a power play carryover for the Ottawa Senators of a minute and 58 seconds into the second period on the clean sheet. That's where we find UC Saros coming to save on Sanderson plus his follow-up. Then Saros another save on Gaudette. The PK for the Predators does a good job. 3:08 to the second period. Now it's Saros coming to save on Shabbat. 3:59 of the second. It's Phil Forsberg, his 19th goal of the season. Heinestroza from the blue line to Yossi all the way across the zone diagonally the half wall to Forsberg in the slot in the close range. Finish with some slick hands for Phil Forsberg. Gives the Preds a 1-0 lead at Bridgestone Arena. At the 4:33 mark of the second period, Saros coming with a save on Heimer, and is a large scrum after the whistle right here. These two teams are starting to get after each other. 4:34 mark of the second period, it's LaRue. This is a part of that scrum that just happened. 4 minutes total for roughing. Ostapchuk is 2 minutes, and it's a confusing call because, to be honest with you, while LaRue did deserve a minor for roughing and being involved in the scrum, he really, I don't know, and the broadcast was perplexed to try to find the evidence of the deserving of a 4-minute on this particular play. Saros comes up with a save on Stützle, and Saros comes up with a save on Pinto, and the Predators would survive this shorthanded situation. 8:17 in the second period. Now Forsberg comes up with a save on Yossi at 9:07 of the second. Saros comes up with a save on Kachuk, and right even at the 10-minute mark, the even split of this entire hockey game, Gaudette gets his 16th goal of the season, beating UC Saros, tying the game up at 1 apiece. At 12:31 of the second, Forsberg comes with a save on Adam Willsby, and then at 13:04, Sanderson, his 5th, is a long shot through traffic to the top corner again, beating UC Saros. Don't know if he ever saw it through the multiple layers of traffic, and just like that, the Ottawa Senators now leading 2-1 and taking over this game very quickly. 15:33 now in the second period. Saros comes up with the save on Giroux's deflection. Big time save right here towards the end of the second. 16:25, Saros a save on Perron in a scramble. Large scrum, multiple saves having to be made right here. 19:47 of the second. Hamannik's off to the box. 2 minutes for holding. That'll give the Preds 13 seconds of power play time. Then we hit the end of the second period. The carryover of that power play is a minute and 47 seconds, but at the end of the second period, it's the Ottawa Senators out shooting the Nashville Predators 30-20. So the Ottawa Senators with 22 shots on goal in the second period. So after the Predators score the first goal of the game, Ottawa comes back with an onslaught of shots and 2 goals of their own. We hit the third period. Preds are on the power play, and Marchessault is putting his 16th goal into the net. His O'Reilly feed to the slot. Marchessault at the finish, tying the game up at 2 apiece. 2:06 now in the third period. Svechkov off the box, 2 minutes for hooking. Saros comes up with a save on Pinto, plus the rebound follow-up, and the Predators are able to survive this one, but that's a bad penalty to take right there. 5:46 now in the third period. It's Forsberg coming with a save on Blankenberg at the 6:17 mark of the third period. It's Pinto with his 11th goal of the season. Set play off the face-off win to the back post, and it's an easy conversion for the Ottawa Senators, who take a 3-2 lead in this game. 8:12 of the third period. It's Forsberg coming up with a save on Stamkos at the 12:57 mark of the third. It's LaRue off the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Perron gets his first goal of the season. It goes off of Wilsby 2 times and in after a terrible call on the shorthanded breakaway for Wilsby getting taken down. The defenseman never touched the puck. As a matter of fact, it was Perron. Wilsby goes crashing into the wall late to get back into the play, finds himself in a disadvantaged situation, and the puck goes off of him. And Ottawa leads 4-2, 17-10 of the third. Greg, his 9th of the season, is an empty net goal. The Ottawa Senators win this game 5-2. They outshoot the Nashville Predators 39-27. And after the Nashville Predators got on the board in this one, it was the Ottawa Senators just taking over and absolutely making a mess of this game at Bridgestone Arena for the Predators. It's a tough one. The Sens are surging and the Preds are dropping quickly towards the bottom of the NHL. That's going to do it for the Reverse Sports full game recap. The Predators are on a 5-game losing streak, and unfortunately they have lost to some of the worst teams overall in the league. We'll talk more about that in the analysis portion of things. Then we got the box score and more coming up next on the Renegades of Puck Podcast.